What's good, y'all? Welcome back to our Washington Capitals franchise mode here on NHL 25. And we are here at the 2033 offseason where we have some massive decisions to make. And we're going to get straight into that because I think I have an idea of what I want to do. So I've been hitting at a few ideas the past couple episodes, but I think this goes against what I was saying before, at least part of it. Um, and I don't quite remember what my plan was, but um, so here's how it's working out. So we have $26 million in cap space at the moment for this offseason. We have three guys of importance to sign. I mean, we have all these guys down here that we could decide to sign if we want to, but the main three are TJ Ginla, Dent Matejchuk, and Per Bergfist. Now, um, I'm actually just realizing TJ is an RFA, but so the plan that I think we should do, because we have about 3 years left to really contend with this core. Because if you go 1, 2, 3, and then this year we have Quinn Hughes as a UFA who could retire at this point. Ryan Leonard's a UFA. Nieman's a UFA. Among other guys. Caden Walsh, his contract is up as well. So, and by that point, all these guys are up. Like a Cole Hudson, who I plan to resign. We'll have to see how that works. But yeah, and even a guy like, I guess, Matejchuk is this year. So, yeah, all of those big players coming up at the 2036, 2037 offseason. So that is going to be probably the biggest offseason for us for this franchise. But until then, we are here at 33, 34. And like I said, we have three guys to sign. Aginla, who wants about $13 million. We have Matejchuk, who wants 10.5. So that's already 23 million, and then you add on another 8 million with Bergfist, and yeah, obviously we don't have enough money to sign all three of these guys. So what I'm thinking is we qualify. Oh, he's a 6 million though. That's right. He's not just like a ELC RFA. We do have signing rights. Okay, because the idea I was thinking was to sign Matejchuk and Aginla because Matejchuk has just been. I mean, you talk about this guy was a plus 46 this year. He's been plus 30 or more three different times besides that with our team. He's been Quinn Hughes' partner his entire tenure here. I'm pretty sure, unless this first year he wasn't. He scored the game-winning goal for us to win the Stanley Cup. He even had an overtime goal in the playoffs this past year. And he has just been such a steady defenseman. We can take a look at his playoff stats. Obviously, a -3 this. Yeah, so I guess he just had the one goal this postseason. He wasn't that great, but plus 11 of the year we won in the cup. As a plus player all these other times. I mean, he's just been amazing for us, basically. And I think, honestly, he just deserves to stay. Now, this Matejchuk and Nigan are very similar because Matejchuk, they both help our best players produce. Matejchuk has helped Quinn Hughes become, I believe, a multi-time Norris player. Almost a point per game defenseman. We can take a look at his stats real quick. Where is Quinn? Right here. So, yeah, 91-point season in 28-29, 89-point season in 29-30, 75 here, 73 there. Oh, that was on Vancouver. Okay, but, so yeah, that first year, Matejchuk, Hughes wasn't here with him. But, yeah, I mean, these 3 seasons with us, he was absolutely incredible. And even still at 33 years old, he still had 66 points, was a plus 40. So, I mean, he's been absolutely spectacular. 25 points the year we won the Cup, 20 the year before. Yeah, he's been our franchise defenseman, and the guy right next to him, Dent Matejchuk, is helping him produce at that level. Now, TJ Ginla, same thing. What the price tag is asking for, about 12, a little over 12, well, a lot over 12 million, but we'll just say around 12 million. You could argue, like, you look at these numbers, you're like, okay, he's definitely not worth it. Only point per game once, which is this year, contract year. And, $12 million guys are usually guys who are like at least 90-point players. But the big thing with him is that we have tried many players on that first line with Shudin and Cole Eisman here. Guys like Gavin McKenna, Neiman, and even Ryan Leonard at some points. I think McMichael was in there at one time. And, they did good with them. But whenever Aginla's on the line with them, I mean, these guys just tear it up. 71 goals this past year for Eisman. Both of these years, we had 86 and 74 were Aginla on his line. So yeah, he just, I don't know what specifically it is. Maybe just the chemistry with those three for playing for so long. But yeah, those three together is just magic on that line. So, and I mean, he's still only 26. He's got another at least few months to grow, I would assume, before he's 27. But either way, he wants to get locked up. You know, he can play on that top line with those two the rest of this franchise for all I care. If that's what's gonna if he's gonna help them produce like that, that is fine with me. So I'm gonna offer him. I think I'm gonna try like 11. Well, I can negotiate with him to try to bump his price down. So let's go ahead and get into the conversation. We could try and charm him 50-50, and let's just neutral real quick. All right. Contract. Yeah, contract. Okay. Um, 8-year deal, which he wants, so I'm good with that. Okay. So improve. Is this where I can do like power play and all that? Promises. Here we go. Okay. So I honestly might just promise him line one because I don't see us having to keep him off there. And I mean, like I said, I just made this whole speech about how he's made those top guys produce. So we're gonna go line one for him. It's not quite what I'm looking for, including the clause. Oh yeah, go ahead. No movement, full, whatever. I'll give it to you. Come on. You gonna answer my line one? Okay. All right, let's get. Okay, so now we're okay. Great. All right, improve offer. Promises. We can go power. Well, yeah. I mean, we might as well go power play one. Okay, let's move to the next stage, and I'll confirm my decision soon. All right, now I want to. Oh, okay. I didn't know that was like a. I'm open to salary negotiation. Okay, so this is where I can do this. Okay. So, honestly, let's just see what 3 million will do. Whoa, okay. All right. Let's increase that a little bit. So that didn't really help, which is fine. So let's go up another mil, 10.8. Okay, we're getting there. Increase salary. Can I go up to just an even 11? If I go this way. Up 100K. Increase salary to another 100K. Gonna nickel and dime here for a second. And then, can I improve the offer at all? Increase salary, nope, clauses, we already did. Promises, I mean, what can I even promise him at this point? No PK, I mean, I don't really. All right, let's increase salary. Let's go up 250K. So 11.25. I don't know. I think 11.5 is where we were at the first time. Not quite looking close for some term. Okay, well, I'll go up to 11.5. And I'll confirm my decision. All right, how do I. All right, here we go. So 11.5 for 8 years. So we'll see what he says to that. I think that's literally exactly what we were going to offer him a second ago. But, yeah, we'll offer him that. And he'll get back to us on that. All right, so Matejchuk. He is looking for a 4-year, $10.5 million. Of course, that is not a bad deal at all. Coming off plus 46 or whatever it was. The only thing is I can't, like, deprove it. We actually need to up it because he isn't quite all the way up there. So let's go into start negotiation. Let's just do a neutral opener. Contract. You want a 4 years? That's fine. It's actually perfect. All right. Improve offer. Clause offer? No. Clauses. No movement. The clause need to kick in after the contract starts reduced. Well, we'll just do full because that's what he's asking for. I mean, I'm fine with him just being on this team. If we don't get anything back for him, at least we went for the cup. Yep, that's fine. Let's proceed to the finalize sentence and I'll provide my response shortly. So it's looking good to him right now, 10.5. Okay. I can improve it. Promises. Pairing 1. And that shot him up. Wow. Okay, so that is a good thing. Negotiate. Very convincing. Yep. Let's try to get him to go down to an even 10. See where that takes us. Okay, that's not bad. 10. I mean, I don't want to get greedy, but I mean, if we can get a little bit off of that, I think 10, though, is pretty fair. I mean, we can at least negotiate. Like, if he says no, we can just offer him another contract. Let's go down another 250. That might be a lot, but okay. Oh, actually, that's not bad. Okay. 9.8. He's basically there. Do we go one more, maybe? Very convincing. I mean, for the term he's getting, I mean, he's not gonna... You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and offer him that because we're under 10 mil now, which is good. And I think we'll have enough money to sign Hudson and all of them when that comes. So let's go ahead and advance day and see what those two say. TJ Ginla, I accept your offer. Awesome. All right, there we go. So both of them accept that. And we do have 6.8 million. Okay, so we do have a decent amount of cap space available. Now, I mean, yeah, we don't have nearly enough money to sign him regardless. So we're going to qualify him because we want to keep his rights at the very least. At the very least. So that does mess with our cap situation a little bit. How much is Strome looking for? He really could drop off, though. He's only looking for $1 million. He wants a 2-year deal, though, for some reason. Let me see. What do we got? So obviously 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we have basically 10 forwards for sure that we're using next year. Okay. Honestly, if he's only asking for $1 million, we can scoop him up in free agency again. I am going to sign Shudin, the goalie. He can be with in the AHL with Clay Stevenson. And then I also seen Mateau there is getting up there in overall a little bit. Where was he? Oh, he was down here at 73. Okay. Now you could argue with signing, I think it's Ilya. Yeah, Ilya Dasuk as well. But I'm going to let him play. This guy also maybe I'll give him one more year. I'll let him see if he can get like 100 points in the U.S. development. And then, I mean, he's UFA next year, so we can sign him then. And let's see, do we have any young guys? This guy can get a contract. It's going to be a long shot, but why not? Same thing with pretty much all 3 of these guys. So, yeah, we're going to have some guys for the AHL right here regardless. But, yeah, I do have a big idea with Bergfist. Not a specific one per se, but I'm thinking... because we're not going to be able to sign him long-term right now regardless, and I don't want to... he's not the guy I want to commit to right now anyway. I think what we try to do is we trade him and maybe like one of our first for a defenseman to replace him at like a half retained salary if we can do that. I know it's really hard to retain salary in this game, but I mean, if we give enough value, maybe we'll strike a deal somewhere. But any of these guys, Frey's an OFD. He might help out the scoring down there in the AHL if he wants a 2-way contract. Yep. We'll sign him to that. Those guys we can let go for now. And like I said, we might revisit a Dylan Strome signing. But we'll see. So, and then goalies. I'm at a loss for what to do with goalies. I mean, the last few years in these games, goalies are very random. So, we'll just see what's out there, what kind of money we have. I'm not even going to try to make a trade for a good goalie at this point. It's just I don't see a point. It doesn't matter how good of a goalie. Unless you have a for sure like 95 plus or 92 plus goalie that you know simulates well, it's not going to really have much of a difference from an 88 or a 90 to an 82. So, might as well just see what we got out in free agency. Maybe there'll be a cheap goalie that we can trade for, and we'll go from there. But yeah, we're going to sign those staff members right there, and let's just sim up to free agency and see where we are at. And we'll look to see who's available. Again, if there's a defenseman or something available, and we just ship out Bergfist, but yeah, a defenseman on a new contract, they're going to want a lot of money. So let's just see who's available to start. We'll sort by UFAs. Adam Fantilli, Nikishin, yeah, 91 asking for 15 million. Let's just go to defenseman real quick because this is funny. Okay, there's actually not that many, but I mean, even a guy who's 85 is asking for 7 million. At least these two. Yeah, Ryan Johnson, 85. I mean, it's like, what do we have? 6.8. That'd be basically be all of our cap. So there is that. Did Bergfist up his asking price? Well, I think that's about the same. And like I said, if somebody offer sheets us, we'll also have to consider that as an option as well. But I actually want to see who is available on the trading block around the league because we need something here. We can't afford everybody, and we don't really need any forwards. Although Cutter Gauthier, 92 overall. Power forward, he's got 4 years left at 14 million. Oh my God. For a guy who's barely point per game half the time, I don't think so. I'm saying that as if I didn't just sign TJ Ginla like that. Vigo Bjork, he's an RFA. Anybody out there? Mainly looking for defensemen here. Braden Schneider makes too much money still. Yeah, there's like a good defenseman that we can retain on. Jordan Spence isn't bad. But then again, it's like I might as well play what's his name on the second pair at that point. Because of how young he is regardless. Stapleton, yeah. So he was an 86 going into last season, now an 84 playing on that bottom pair. Still listed as a top 4 defenseman. He had a great year in Hershey the year before. So don't want to really waste his potential as well. That's another thing. It has to be like a must. We need that guy trade. Wow, Lane Hudson. That's very interesting. He's killing it in the NHL right now in real life for especially for a rookie. Are we even one of the teams? Can I add him to the... I can't, so... Oh, he's got a no movement clause. I'm dumb. Let's see. Forsberg. Now, that would have been a guy I would have been like, okay, we might have to consider this because that, I mean, it's Lane Hudson. And he wasn't making that much. He was making under 7, I think, for an 89, so that's good. But at least off the trading block, wow, Utah selling completely. Even this young guy, Luongo, RFA. Two-way defender. I mean, again, I'd rather just play Stapleton at that point. We might as well just keep our assets. Alright, so let's look around. You know what? Let's just do a player search real quick. Let's look up defensemen. See who some of the best bang for your buck defensemen are out there in the league. So let's go ahead and search defensemen. The most valuable is Quinn Hughes. Alright, good to know. Him and Cale Makar still both at 95. Let's just go to the contract. So Landon DuPont is only making 7.35 for 4 years. Still has franchise potential. Kind of like McKenna really hasn't reached that absolute top. He has been atrocious. Wow, -4. Has Vegas been terrible? Like, oh my God, they've ruined this kid. That is crazy. Levshunov, only, what, 7 for the year, this year and the next? Oh, he's got no movement, though. Okay. Noted. Let's keep going. This Verhoef dude, Keaton Verhoef, put up pretty good numbers last year. Plus 18. Two-way defender, which is exactly what we need. Can play at both ends. 94 offensive awareness, 93 defensive awareness. There's no movement clause in the kick-in until 2035, 2030. I wonder how that works. Like, do they have to... Is it like they have a no movement clause and they choose how many teams can trade for them or something like that? Is that why they have both? Okay. So that guy... Again, we would have to get them to retain. But, there's ASP. Wow, I love ASP. He was really good for Sweden in the World Juniors. And I think he plays in Grand Rapids right now. He's been playing pretty well, that I've heard at least. I mean, OFD, him and Cole Hudson would just be. I didn't even think about that when we were looking at Lane as his brother. OFD is not necessarily what we're looking for, but I mean, 6.6. If we get them to retain, like, that would be crazy. Simone Nemec, 6.7, two-way guy again. It's pretty similar to Bergfist. I mean, the big thing is why we're even doing these trades is to get them retained. Matthew Schaefer, projected as a top pick in the draft this year, if not the first. How's he been for the Blues? The Blues have a few good defensemen. Wow, I actually like what they're working with over there. Let's take a look. These guys are all rookies. And then there's Cole Hudson, of course. Bergfist. Then we're starting to get to guys who are a bit down there at this point. Okay, so I'm thinking like a guy like ASP or a Nemec. ASP does have another year, which is nice. More flexibility for us. How about his, where is ASP? Right here. Does he have a clause that kicks in at all? No, he doesn't. He has no clause at all. And did Nemec? I don't think he did. See, all these guys getting no movements and all that. No. The big thing with ASP, though, is he's got that extra year, of course, which is a bit more flexibility for us. And, yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Verhoef has another year, but he's $2 million more. So, I guess we can go for ASP. I mean, or Landon Dupont. We can save. I mean, he's also an OFD, though. And, well, let me see. 88, 90 offensive awareness, 89 defensive awareness. What's, no, that's the only not the only rating you should look at. But, yeah, 95 offensive awareness. This dude could just. I mean, we can just go full offense, really. Just have 3 offensive defensemen and Matejchuk. So let's go ahead and hit up Detroit. Let's see how they're feeling on moving ASP. Now, of course, they should still have Sider. Yep. And Edmondson? Yeah, so, I mean, unless they haven't been playing one of these two on the top pair, ASP is going to be their, you know, he's going to be a second pair guy, 20 minutes a night. And yeah, so Sider and Edmondson are getting 24 and 26 minutes. ASP is still 20, which isn't bad. But, you know, I mean, I guess I'm making that whole argument. He's going to be on the second pair with us. But he can come to a Stanley Cup winner. I don't know. I try to make a little sense of these trades, but sometimes it just doesn't work. So, obviously, now these two straight up, I mean, ASP is even more valuable than him. So, this is going to be tough. We can maybe afford. No, we can't really. Wait, if I do this, it says we're cap compliant, so we could barely afford ASP, but I'd be willing to attach our first this year if we can get him retained, because that is I mean, him at 3 million or whatever this is about to be. Let's see, retaining 3. Yeah, 3.3 for ASP is absolutely incredible. So let's go ahead. They do want our first for this year. It actually has a decent amount of value. Yeah, you could argue asset management-wise, not the greatest. First-round pick and a top 4 defenseman who's still only 24 years old. But I mean, we're just saying fuck our assets, fuck our future. We're going all in right now. I mean, we made big splashes in the past to make a contender. Guys like Shudin and Iserman. You know, we were on a drought of getting into the playoffs, and then all of a sudden we were a cup contender and we won the cup, 2-3 years ago. So, yeah, big time teams make big time moves here. So let's go ahead and offer this at the start. Again, I don't even think it's gonna be really tough to get them to accept anything with that retention. But Bergfist, who is an RFA and a first for ASP. Let's see what Detroit says. No. And they haven't even got to the part where they're like, we would accept this, but we're not comfortable retaining. I do see they like our second and third round picks next year. Who else do they like that's on our team? Let's see. Bergfist, Aginla. You could argue a guy like Joe Aginla, but honestly, just having him with his brother for another year would just be cool. Could argue a guy like Mato or Datsuk, or maybe this Hay guy, 70 at 20. Let me see. Johnny Hay, two-way forward. He is 6'5". Last year at Hershey, 27 points. How many minutes was he playing? It was like a third liner. I mean, he's cool, but let me see these guys. Thomas Johnson, playmaker, first round pick. Hasn't even really done much. He's only a 69 at 20, so maybe let's just offer him, for example. So, adding Johnson, does that do anything? No. And we're still woefully insufficient. Okay. Defensive prospect. Obviously, there's Datsuk. Do we have anybody else? Okay, we can give him Damien DeKaiser. I mean, they love their DeKaisers. DFDs don't typically develop very well. He did have 44 points for the U.S. program as a DFD, but I mean, yeah, I'll attach these B-level prospects. Okay, so there's where we're at with the retention. Now, let me attach like a third, for example. I don't think this is going to go through still. Yep. I'll even try second as like the highest offer before we start taking money off. Yeah, okay, so we're not going to be able to get 50% unless we way overpay. So let me, I don't even, this is kind of weird, but I'm going all the way down just so I can get, yeah, like by 25,000 here. All right, let's go about 40%. 265, so that would put him down to about 4 million. Maybe we'll go 2.7. So that'd be about 4 million per year for him, which is absolutely, that would absolutely be down for that. So let's go ahead and try that. Still no. I'll attach a third because, again, the money is very important to us right now. No, I'll even try a second. I mean, this is a huge package. I still don't even think yeah, it's not going to go through. Okay. Yeah, like I said, man, getting money off is really tough. I'm going to try and nickel and dime them a little bit here. Let's go down to 2.3. That'd be about 4.3. No. And we're just going to keep nudging this until we can get it. If we can get it, basically. Third, no. Second, which is a lot. Still no. Okay, let's go down to 2 mil. About 30%. Let me just offer that straight up, see if they take that. Nope. I mean, again, even him at like 5 million would be great. I don't really want to go anything less than that if we're attaching all this, but I guess we'll see. A second round pick, excuse me, still no. Okay. 185. I mean, this is like ridiculous at this point. Still no. With the third, probably still no. Yep. With the second, probably still no. Yep. All right. I mean, you're starting to get to, is this even worth it territory? Let's see. Oops. The team's retaining is just like, I don't blame them necessarily, but it's just so hard to get a deal to go through. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Let's go ahead and, nope, not next year's. We'll do that and that. Yeah. 1.5 is like the lowest I'll go. That'll put us to 5.1 and change. Basically 5.2. Yeah, that is literally the lowest I will go. Attach a third. All right, this might be my final offer here to Detroit. So we got Bergfist, Johnson, or Janssen maybe, double S. Where's he from? Sweden, probably Janssen. So Bergfist, Janssen, DeKaiser, a first this year, a second next year for ASP with 1.5 retain. Will that go through? No. Okay. So that's not going to quite work. Now, what is Simone Namage's value looking like? Namage compared to Bergfist, let's see. I think he might be lower than ASP, which is good. Again, let's just go up to 50%, see how they're feeling on that. That's going to be very tough, but maybe him only having 2 years might play a factor in that. We'll see. I don't even think that's close, right? Just isn't up to snuff at all. Okay. I almost wonder, though. It's pretty close. Like a second next year, is that better? They actually do want our second this year. What if instead of a first we give 2 seconds? Is that even going to be... Yeah, we're not even close yet. Okay, so let's offer the first. Ooh, they don't want it, though. They don't want that first. I don't... Why would they not want the first but want the second and all that? It doesn't make sense to me. Let's just throw in these two again. We'll see if that does anything. How about those two with a second, then? Let's do this year's. Still no. And with the other one... Yeah, we're not even there yet. Okay. So we're still gonna have to give up that first, which is fine. They don't want Bergfist either. I didn't even realize that. Okay. Doesn't match our block. Yeah, I can tell. Okay, second next year. No. Oh, this is gonna be really tough because we have a very specific need. Okay, so now we're at the point. We will not accept this trade proposal. The trade looks fair, but the New Jersey Devils are not willing to retain. I'm willing to give up the Kaiser guy if we can retain 50. See? They still don't want it. Okay. Let's take off. I won't even do the thing. Around $3 million bucks. 725. That's what he's making. Yeah, we'll do just like 3 mil. So that'll literally give us to 3.7 about. So let's go ahead and try that. Nope. Okay. Again, I don't want to give up too much on the contract here. So 2.6 or 2.7. So that would be about 4 million right there. Let's try that. Okay, no. Let's add into Kaiser again. See if that'll push it over. Again, I don't really have a lot of optimism with these trades, but I'm just going to leave them in there at this point because we'll just do like a max, like 2.5 again probably. I'll even let you guys keep a little bit of the change. So, 2.5, that'd be about 4.2 for Nemec. Right? Yeah. About 4.2 for him. For Bergfist, a first, a second, and 2 B-level prospects. This is a lot, but I really don't. Let me check one more time. So he's got full set of abilities besides a gold, two-way guy, which is perfect. Good offensive and defensive awareness. Not the best with the puck. An okay shot, but not the most physical. But I mean, if he's able to just shut shit down for us and have some stability on that second pairing with Cole Hudson, that is fine with me. It says he fits defensive pairing 3, so that is a bit unfortunate. But I think with the X factors, he'll still be fine. So this will be the final offer to New Jersey. Will this go through? No. Yeah, see, the retention is very, very hard. So let's go over to St. Louis. They had a couple defensemen, and they do actually want Bergfist and that first, so that helps. All right, Verhoef and Schaefer. Looking like Schaefer is probably going to be our option here because of his contract. And he's coming off a very good year, plus 23, 21 points. So we can bring in a guy who's, okay, top 4 defensive pairings, all penalty killing. Yeah, actually, Schaefer might be a great addition here. And yeah, obviously, so with him, he has closer value to Bergfist than any of these other guys, I believe. So let's go ahead and retain on him. Now, he is making a little bit more than the last two guys, so that is something we got to keep in mind while we're retaining salary here, but maybe we'll figure something out. So him at 50% for Bergfist, straight up, that's probably not going to go through. Yep. I just want to see... Okay, so they don't want... Okay, it's similar to the Red Wings here. Like that second... This is going to be impossible without the first, right? And they want... I'll even offer both these guys right off the bat. Because I know it's not even going to be close yet. Okay, so this is where they're at. They're willing to accept it, but not with the retention. So let's add a third. Again, this probably isn't going to go through. Okay. I mean, if I could get this done without a first involved, that would be amazing. I highly doubt that's even remotely possible, but we'll see what we can do. That'll be at 4. No. Okay. Let's try something like 3, 2, 4, 5. No. I almost wonder if they might be more inclined to do this with that first. Well, obviously, but I mean, like, Better than, like, the Red Wings and the Devils were. Okay, so that is kind of not really working. So let's go back up to 50% and add in that first. All right, so with that attached... Okay, so they're already saying we would accept it, but the salary. So now we're starting to get somewhere. All right, let's add Janssen here. Does that do anything? No. Okay. Let's add the Kaiser. Does that do anything? No. Let's add a third. If we can just chip away at this, and maybe they'll fold, that would be great. I mean, you can see in the bottom, the value is, like, not even close. Like, we are heavily overpaying in terms of value. But honestly, that's fine with me. We're going all in. So let's offer up Bergfist, our first this year, Janssen to Kaiser, and a third next year for Matthew Schaefer at half retained. Okay, still no. And the final offer, basically, before we can go down in salary, is that second from next year, and they still say no. Okay. Like I said, retention is a bitch in this game. Teams are not willing to go down. This will get them at about a little over 4 mil. We'll see what they say to that. No. Okay. Again, with how much I'm giving up, I don't really want to go down too much. We'll go down to 325. 3295. Yep, still no. I mean, what is that? Like 3 million, basically. So that would be 4.5. That's like the lowest I'll go to, I think. Let's see if they accept that. No. Damn. This might not work out. Unless, like, do we have anybody that's making money that we want to give up? I don't think so. We pretty much have our team almost put together. No. Caden Wallace would just be an absolute, like, I mean, he's not even making $3 million. Rudolph, no. Yeah, I mean, there's literally nobody. Huh, okay. Alright, let's add in those guys again. I mean, yeah, I mean, even if I sort by all this stuff, I really don't think the Kaiser Janssen and any of these guys' value is really going to make a difference. Let's add in that second from next year. I mean, this is just an absolute, we're fucking going for it. Now, you could argue, because we have to sign Cole Hudson next year, that we might want to just hang on to as much salary as we can, and we can just hold Bergfist the whole year as an RFA, but, I mean, I would love to have a usable player. Alright, let me do that. Yeah, still no. I'm only going down by like 100K at a time right now, but... So what would this be? 5... Or no, 4.8, I think. Something like that. I mean, I'll just... The lowest I'll go is... Or the highest I'll go is 5. So you know what? We might as well just fucking get it out of the way. So right there. That will take into about $5 million per year. Maybe about 5,000, like, less. Like, 4,995. The final offer to St. Louis is going to be Bergfist, a first this year, DeKaiser, Janssen, and a second next year for Matthew Schaefer at 2.595 retain. Is that going to go through? No. Okay. So these teams have pretty much made our decision for us. We were unable to strike a deal for a second pair defenseman at a decent price, or I guess not even a decent price, a cheap price. So maybe, I mean, the good thing is we could just hold out with Bergfist, get him for like a 1 year, maybe. That's like cheap. He's actually not even looking for a crazy amount for a year, but he wants 4 years, so we're not gonna be able to please him too much. I mean, enter negotiation. I don't want to piss him off. If like, I don't know if second pair is like not good enough for him, but yeah, we're gonna hold off for that for now, and I'm kind of stuck because we do need goalies, though. I mean, I have no choice. And I do need a couple of forwards at some point. Let's go UFAs. So, I mean, Schmid we had. There's UC Saros as a, well, he could very much drop, though. And he has been pretty not great the last few years. Okay. Franzen, just as a guy who might be able to get a couple development points. He literally has not played an NHL game in his life. Nice. His underlying numbers don't look bad. His poise is down. I don't know if that affects... Okay, his reflexes are not amazing. I mean, 93 vision, 94 recover. It's just, yeah, like 81 glove high. I mean, he's only an 82 overall, so, you know. Oh, I mean, it's literally just pick and choose. He's more well-rounded, but he can't see, really. Parsons, just if you shoot just stick side, you're gonna get a goal. Rodrigue is pretty well-rounded. He's 32. Is he looking for a two-way? I mean, I don't know. Oh, shout out Tristan Lennox, former Saginaw Spirit. Let's see, why can't I look at your stats? Okay, there we go. Has played 15 NHL games. Great. Now, why do you want... How are you going to ask for 1.2? You haven't even played 20 games in the NHL. Oh, man, this is... I mean, Kochetkov at $3 million is bad. I just need every cent right now. Kachekhov's been good. Kochetkov has been good. But then again, he's 34. Oh, man. It's just too risky with goalies. There's Hrabel here. Again, his stick side and gloves. His stick and glove is not great. But he can see and has good recovery. I guess what's his... Okay, last two... Well, he's only played 24 games the last 2 years. He's been very up and down, but also very... Like, 22 games, 8.75. That is ridiculously bad. And then there's Igor again. I mean, Peter Kochetkov is probably the best option in terms of what he's done. God, he's been the Carolina starter forever. He's got 600 games. I mean, this dude has been really good, actually. So, I don't know... Like... Okay, he only wants 2.6 for a year, but, I mean, I'll just give him the 2 years. I mean, him at 3.5, put our name in the hat. God, we're gonna be fucked with Bergfist, though. But, I mean, I guess we'll just have to play Stapleton if we're not able to sign. Oh, I don't know. God, we need a goalie, though, and, like, there's literally no options. Alright, you know what? Fuck it, I'm doing that. 2 years, 3.5. We'll figure the rest out later. That's a fair contract. He accepts right away. Beautiful. Alright, we have 4.4. Jesus. We have no money, dude. Alright, so I know we need to sign a couple of depth guys for forwards. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I guess we could play these guys. So maybe not necessarily, but might not be a bad idea. But we need another defenseman, obviously, because unless we play, like, free. But I'd rather just have him in the AHL. So is there any two-way defensemen out there right now? Or is it just literally who can play in the NHL, I should specify? I mean, because Sean Aitchison isn't bad. I'll go for Kashawn Aitchison. 1 year at $1 million for two-way. Steps, there we go. He's been really good for, I think, Barry plays for in real life. So, we'll give him a shot there. And then we do need a backup still. Two-way goalies. Could bring back Krona, who wasn't bad for us. Samsonov, we could have a reunion with. Krona, Milic, Klein. This Lachelle guy can still grow. He hasn't played in the NHL, okay. Wasn't the greatest in the AHL or junior. I don't know. When did he get picked? Second round. He did not deserve that. I mean, Krona wasn't bad for us, right? 9-10. Very limited very, very limited role, but we'll sign him there. We'll just keep him. And honestly, if I get offer sheeted for what's his name, Bergfist, 8 million. Let's see what does that give me? Like 8.2. We're looking at the 6 to 9.5 range. This year's first and third. Yeah, first round pick for him honestly is fine. First and a third. And then maybe we're looking at a deadline trade where we're not going to have as much to owe the player, and you know we're going to get cap inflation at the. You know what? That's another thing. We're going to get inflated cap at the beginning of the year, so maybe we'll have enough money to sign him regardless. But yeah, I think we still have our head coach, right? Randall. Yep. All right. I'm just going to sim to the season, and we'll actually. Is there any depth forwards I want to sign, like two-way guys? I don't want to use any more like. We could bring back Miroshnichenko. Hell yeah. He's been a depth guy. You know what? Let's do that. Wow, dude. Has he not played in a while? Oh, I just didn't remember us keeping him that long. Oh, wait. Actually, yeah, he took a couple years off here, but I'll sign Miroshnichenko. Wait, actually, what's his, he's a sniper, though. Could use two-way forwards, I'm not going to lie. Savoy. Samuel Savoy. Had a great year in the AHL last year. Forward line 1. I'm not going to play him there. We'll sign him, though, two-way guy. I mean, worst case, we'll send him down. Somehow that affected our cap space, even though he's a two-way, but okay. And then... I mean, fuck it. We'll give him a two-way. He can be in the bottom 6 there. Alright. So we'll do that, and let's just get to the start of next season, see how we're looking. Maybe get a little bit into it if we have enough time, but I know we did spend a lot of time deliberating with our signings, and not only for who we had to re-sign, but in free agency as well. So, whoa, okay. Out of nowhere, he accepts his... We don't even have $6 million. How does that work? Hey, not a second, because his... Well, first of all, let me make sure. His qualifying offer was $6 million. Isn't that what we... Okay, he's not even... What? Are you going to accept an offer and not... What? How does that even make sense? Okay, he's still not signed? Did it just not let... Okay, I don't... I no fucking idea, dude. Let me just keep simming and see what happens. Let's get up to the start of next season. Absolutely no idea. Okay, am I seeing things? Was that a different guy? Like, was it not Bergfist that popped up? What just happened? Dude, what happened? I think the game probably, he wanted to accept it, but the game didn't have enough money for him, so he couldn't. Dude, I am at a loss right now. That is not what we're doing. We're gonna go there. And then we're gonna go there, get those lines together, McMichael. Wow, Lundin's up to its 85, third liner. Wallace is back up to an 86, which is nice. So we're gonna go... Unfortunately, McMichael's probably just gonna have to be fourth line again. McMichael right now has him with Cohen Savoy. Who's gonna fit on that fourth line? Fisker Mulgard isn't bad. Savoy fits. Okay, let's put in Fisker Mulgard here just because he fits a little bit better. Left wing centers. Isn't this guy right wing? No, he's a center. Can I do... No, he's a left wing. Okay. I'm gonna guess McMichael has the best face-offs, but just make sure. Yep. So we'll probably just try that for now. And then defense, we have, of course, these two. Stapleton is still only an 84, but listed as a top 4 guy, only 21 years old. Maybe can get a jump if we're not able to get, what's his name in there? And then in net, Kachekov, I believe wasn't 80. He might have been 84 when we signed him, but down to a fringe starter. But honestly, as long as he's good enough numbers-wise, I do not care what his overall is. We'll probably send some of those guys down. Let me make sure. Ooh, Shudin, high overall. Maybe he'll get the better split of the starts there. And then free that guy. Yeah, because I got some 50 overall players. I don't even think we have defensemen, though. We just have all forwards. Yeah. We'll just... I don't know. Some of these guys might be younger anyway. Yeah, we'll let the young guys play. Yeah, like we got a couple top 6 guys here. Let's actually move these guys up. Him and Janssen. There we go. They get a +1. There we go. All right. I'm not really too worried about the AHL. So there's that. All right. So yeah, I mean, the lines are pretty much the exact same besides our 4th line winners. We saw defense. Actually, before we even set any of these up, let's see what his asking price is. Captains, I think, have been the same for a while now. Hughes as the captain. No, assistant captain. Assistant to Leonard McMichael, captain. Yep. Yep, that is our group. All right, let's see how much cap space we have and what he is looking for, even for just a year. So did we get a boost? No, we actually went down 3 million. Uh-oh. That's not good. And we can actually look at extensions. Cole Hudson is interested in one, which is good. Bergfist is looking for 7, or no. Damn, he only wants 3.7 for a year. That is a steal. All right, we got to maybe find a way to move some cap out of here. But honestly, I don't really have anything to move. You could argue signing Kochetkov was a mistake. All right, let's... Maybe we do focus on goalie a little bit. Like, this guy... The only thing is like, yeah, 5 games with 8... Like, Kochetkov probably has a lot better of a chance of being a good goalie than some of these guys, just because... I don't know. This game doesn't like auto-generated goalies at all. Hammerla. We actually had before. He was okay for us. Of course, for other teams, he was pretty solid besides the Islanders in his first run. And he's up and down. Damn, so that is unfortunate that we were like $1 million. How did we lose like $1 million there? That sucks. Because we literally have nobody to trade. Unless you want to go like Dax and Rudolph. That would be like our only other option. Although Rudolph has been very, very good for us in his first 3 years in terms of plus minus. But if we, I mean, we have Kashawn Aitchison, who is a few... So, okay, here's my thinking. Aitchison's a 79, so that's a 3 overall difference between those two. But Bergfist is an 88, which is a 6 overall difference between him and Dax and Rudolph. So, maybe we just ship him out for, like, a pick, and then just sign Rudolph for the year. Because he's only got a year left anyway, so... And we're probably not even going to re-sign him, to be honest. Even though he's been really good, we're going to need the money for Cole Hudson and all anyway. So, yeah. Dax and Rudolph, you've been very good for us, but it is time for you to move on because we have business to attend to. So, hopefully Stapleton doesn't, like, drop in his potential anytime soon. 3rd and a 4th, so it's probably going to be Buffalo or... I think it was another East team that was offered us 3rd and 4th. He had the Lightning. They're both in the Atlantic. We'll send them to the Lightning. That's fine. 35-35. What's Buffalo offering? 35 and 35. Yeah, fuck it, we'll do Buffalo. Why not? Alright, I'm actually just gonna put a forward there for now. And then hopefully that freed up enough space, because if that didn't, then that is just going to suck, because I did that for nothing, basically. All right, Mirsichenko is going to go in there for the moment. And how much money do we have now? 5.5. Wow, okay, so that was actually... A lot of times it doesn't give you as much as you actually trade away. All right, 5.5. We can sign him probably... Oh, really? He's doing this now? I mean, 1 year at this price is not bad. 4.5, is he going to say yes to that? I accept your offer. There we go. All right, so barely making it by in terms of cat space. Is he in the NHL? He is. Perfect. Samir Sachenko, get your ass out of there. For Bergfist, there he is with Hudson. All right, so, you know, we do lose Daxton Rudolph on defense, but the fact that we were able to keep his, what's his name? Bergfist, my God. The fact we were able to keep him for the year is good. Start to do some of the lines. Of course, we're going to get our best players. I honestly don't mind Leonard. I don't remember who quite we would have on the first unit, but it's 88 face-offs. It's pretty convincing. And then we can just have McKenna just to hopefully have that insane breakout year that we've been waiting on. Ooh, Aginla, though, probably deserves to be up there, so... Oh, we'll just try him on the second unit for now. We'll go with that. I do like McMichael because of his X factors and all that. Honestly, this setup is perfect. And then the 4-on-4, we need Iserman up there. Shooting and Leonard is good. And then we can have... Yeah, let's do that. I like it. All right. Now, penalty kill is going to be interesting. Quinn Hughes, by the way, did lose his franchise potential. Okay, so he is going to start to drop in the next couple of years. Let's give Stapleton some PK time then, since he's going to be on the bottom pair. And then Matejchuk. They actually have H. That's fine. Yeah, and we're getting plus all the way around. Wallace can get some PK time. That's fine with me. As long as the chemistry is good, I am fine. Again, let's go... Oh, Bergfist does have that shutdown, though. But we'll go Stapleton. Yeah, plus... Oh, no, he doesn't. Maybe that was for Bergfist. He'll help out here, though. Perfect. I mean, Savoy, we do want him for penalty killing a little bit, but Niemanen is such a beast defensively. Look, he's got gold quick pick. Look at his... And he's got decent face-offs because he's an auto-generated winner. Look at his giveaways to takeaway ratio, though. I mean, over 100 takeaways every year of his career, it looks like, besides his rookie year. 158 a second is just dumb. But yeah, he is a beast on the forecheck, so I am fine with that. And then 4-on-4. Gotta make sure we keep the guys together here. Shooting Iserman. I'm fine with this. Who has the better face-offs? It is TJ Ginla. Yeah, 4-on-4. We'll give him the nod there. And then probably not Leonard or McMichael, excuse me. We'll go Niemanen. There we go. 3-on-3, same thing. Got to keep the duo together. I mean, these three. This is literally like the Oilers in real life right now. It's like McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, Iserman, Shooting, and Hughes. Like, that's not even fair. We'll go with Ginla. Yeah, I'll favor. But I do want to give 3-on-3 to Taychuk can be down here. 3-on-3's got to go Cole Hudson here. Open ice. Got to go with the OFD. And then we'll also go Caden Wallace, younger kid. Extra attacker. We'll go Iserman and I don't know, Niemanen or something's good. Guy on the second line. And then shootout is, I'll just let the AI decide. And then, yeah, there's our goalie. So that's pretty much what we're looking like for this year. Doesn't look like we have enough time to really get into the sim, but that'll be for the next episode. Maybe we can get it. We'll get at least up to the deadline, and maybe if we're just rolling, we'll get right straight through the regular season. And yeah, we are just in win now mode. You know, let's just sneak a peek at Cole Hudson's contract here. We're not gonna get into it at all, but let's just take a look. Wow, that is not bad. No clause. Okay, all right. We'll have to really consider that in the next episode. But yeah, appreciate you guys taking the time to check out this one. If you missed the last episode, the link will be in the description. Of course, I have a playlist of all the episodes as well. But appreciate you guys watching this one, and as always, you guys take care.